Hello, welcome back to Griffiths Productions, where there's a whole load of teasers, stories, and a whole load of chaos. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So yes, I am doing Season 2, Episode 9 of my Behind the Bars Wentworth spin-off, and this is called Confession. Now, I think there's a reason why it's called Confession, because there will be a confession. I can't say too much about what is being confessed, but all I'm going to say is this is a good episode. It's very shocking. There is a bit of a shock at the end. There's a bit of a reveal at the end. So yeah, stay tuned. The day after, all the women are going back to their units. And Bea says, "Where's Maxine?" Jake Stewart says, "I have no idea." Jake radios the governor, and the governor says, "Call a search." All the officers search the prison. Mr. Stewart goes to the governor's office and says, "Have they found anything yet?" The governor says, "No, we think Maxine has escaped." And then an officer radios the governor and tells him that they have found Maxine, but it is bad news. The governor says, "What's happened?" The officer says, "She's dead." The governor and Jake are shocked to hear that there has been another death. Then Jake says, "Ferguson is dead, and there's been a lot of deaths." The governor has a worried look on his face. The officer asks if they should put the prison in lockdown. The governor says no. Jake says, "Why not? Someone has just died. We need to find out who did this." The governor says, "The women have been in lockdown enough." All the women are going out into the yard, and Bea sees Mr. Stewart and says, "Have you found Maxine yet?" Jake says, "Yeah, we have." Bea says, "Where is she?" Jake says, "I'm so sorry to tell you this, but Conway is dead, Smith." Bea says, "How?" Jake says, "When we found her, it looked like she had been stabbed in the chest and the eye." Bea starts crying and then gets angry and says, "You need to find out who killed her." Jake says, "We are on it." In the yard, Rita is boxing, and Bella comes to her and says, "How are you doing, Rita?" Rita says, "Go away, Bella. I don't have time to talk to you." Bella says, "Why?" Rita says, "Because a mate has just bloody died." Bella says, "Oh, wow. There must be a killer on the loose." Rita looks concerned. Later on, Peter Falcon goes to the governor's office and says, "I need to talk to you." The governor says, "About what?" Peter says, "About the fact that no one knows that me and you were together in the upper prison we were at." The governor says, "Don't tell anyone, please. I am begging you." Peter says, "You seem desperate." The governor says, "No one needs to know my past. Now can you leave my office, please?" Then Peter Falcon leaves the office and walks past H6, and Grace King sees Peter and says, "Oh my God, I thought it was you." Peter says, "Didn't I work in the prison you was in?" Grace says, "Yeah." Peter says, "How are you doing?" Grace says, "Good, but I need your help." Peter says, "Why would I help you?" Grace says, "Because otherwise I will tell everyone your secrets." Peter says, "What do you want help with?" Grace says, "I need you to help me escape from this place." So make sure you like and subscribe, and yeah, and what an episode that was. Like, it's really getting tense now. There's obviously we've got, so Maxine has been found, unfortunately dead. So Socrates Otto has left the series. He's bowed out. He's been killed off. And yeah, so Maxine's gone, which is very sad. We won't see a memorial or anything for Maxine, which is also sad, but I just didn't put it in. And yeah, and Grace wants to escape. Will Peter, the officer Peter Falcon, help Grace or not? But you will find out how and if and how Peter helps Grace escape in the final episode, Redemption. That's the final episode. So that will be up soon.